You ready for a day in the life? You can judge if I'm living up to my self-imposed mission. Or okay, don't judge. They say that retiring can be fatal because people can lose their sense of purpose and self-worth. So I wanted to go about it really intentionally. I loved being a neurobiologist, but I had lost about 5 years of my life to Lyme disease. So when I was recovering, I wanted to go all in. A better diet, go for more exercise, more time with family and friends, and learning languages and musical instruments, being more charitable, and immersing myself in new cultures. So my camera-shy husband and I left our lives behind, and here we are living in a van in Guaymas, Mexico, while we get this beast of a sailboat ready for future adventures. Well, if lifelong learning is supposed to be good for you, boats are certainly good for that. You have to become an electrician, a rigger, a mechanic, a carpenter, it never ends. So here are some of the daily things that I do to try to fulfill the mission.
I try to start the day every other day with yoga and mosquito zapping. Then on the other days, if I'm not injured, I run just a mile and try to do some stairs and some arm exercises. I should probably use weights though. Then a healthy breakfast. Check out my muesli video. Then boat work. This is Magpie. Lately I've been working on leaking deck fittings. I'll go into detail in another video.
Working on the wooden base of the big turning block, chatting to neighbors. Heading back to the van to make a healthy lunch, but check out the boat ramp on the way past. The Sea of Cortez is so full of life that even in a polluted harbor, it is just teeming with critters. So many hermit crabs. Shell, 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 shell. I think this is probably a mangrove racer crab, Goniopsis pulchra. I have finally worked up the courage to try Huitlacoche, or also spelled Huitlacoche, a fungus that grows on cattle feed corn and turns corn kernels into large, spongy sacs filled with spores. And I have seen it in stores so many times, and I'm like, oh, that just sounds so crazy. I can't do it. But I was slow to appreciate mushrooms over the course of my life, and now I really do. And I like to challenge myself and try new things. Apparently, this makes a very delicious filling for tacos, tamales, soups. Some people call it Mexican truffle, and it's actually highly prized. It's apparently got a bit of a strong taste, so you cook it with some other vegetables and stuff. So let's give this a go. Does one wash? Mold? I'm gonna say no. Save on water. Looks all right. Looks pretty fresh. Okay, here goes. Oh, that's interesting. It still has like the corn silk strings, if you can see. I'll skip those for the most part. I'm gonna make tacos with this. So I got fresh corn tortillas from the grocery store. They have a machine that makes them right there. They use the whole corn kernel, so technically that's a whole grain food. I asked them just for a few because we try not to eat too many foods that are ground up. And they look at me like I'm crazy because they normally sell them by the kilogram, 2.2 pounds. And they cost like practically pennies because they're actually subsidized by the Mexican government. Okay, so that's starting to caramelize. I'll keep it moving so it doesn't burn. Okay, wish me luck. very mild, actually. It's sort of like if I had just sort of stewed mushrooms. It's very nice. I don't know what I was so afraid of. Look at me trying new things. In the afternoons, I'm sometimes doing more boat work, sometimes doing some video editing, and sometimes trying to help people out.
Hey!
This is Linda. I'm carrying her ice cream and her hand.
and it's a how you call this? My favorite?
Pistachio.
Pistachio ice cream.
We hang out and we go for walks, and I really appreciate Linda's artwork. You're a very artistic person.
Hardly.
Yes, you paint and you play. When your piano still worked, you played piano.
Hey, Mommy, I love you, daughter. I do. I can't even tell you how much. And she watched my husband die, and
Yeah.
she's been one of the best persons in my life. So
You're
yeah,
very
Mommy.
sweet to say that. They actually say that one of the paths to happiness is doing things for other people, and I don't live someplace where I could like volunteer somewhere or something, and so I kind of have this philosophy of like, try to be nice to everyone around you.
Every time when I fell down,
Literally.
Literally, yeah, literally fell down. That is true. But also when my husband died and stuff like that, this girl has been my best friend.
We'll walk again soon. See you. There are sometimes social gatherings at the marina for like birthday cake or happy hour, and it tends to segregate kind of English speakers and Spanish speakers, but I try to be brave even if I'm not fluent and talk to everybody. I normally don't eat dinner, but going out on the town a little bit tonight with Amy and Eric and their friends. Donnie's has been here for more than 50 years. I'm not 100% sure it's vegan, but they are willing to give us just a plain baked potato and just bean burritos, and it comes with so many different like veggies and guacamole and pico de gallo and salsa and pickled onions and extra tortillas that it's a good meal. The Malecón is always fun on a Saturday night. Lots of families. Look, you can get desserts from Costco. Es Jorge, mi amigo.
Oh,
Y dice otra vez lo que dice.
Clarita ya es una mexicana porque habla perfectamente el español, entiende todo lo que yo digo, todo lo que quiero decir. Rápidamente ella sabe qué estoy diciendo y me contesta inmediatamente.
Ah, no es verdad. Pero es un buen amigo. I'm gonna do my Spanish homework out here since it's such a beautiful night. That was a good day. Some boat projects, some healthy food, exercise, nature, culture, Spanish. Oh, I didn't do any music, but tomorrow's another day. So that's how I'm trying to live a life filled with purpose and challenge and new horizons.